A silent room, 8 strangers, one impossible question, and anyone who breaks the rules disappears. My name is Jessica Moore, and welcome to Jessica Recaps. 8 candidates walked into a dimly lit room, each chasing the same dream, a high-paying job with a mysterious corporation. A guard stepped in, holding a gun. Right behind him came a calm, emotionless man, the invigilator. He didn't introduce himself. He didn't smile. He simply explained the rules. There were only 3. Do not talk to him or the guard. Do not ruin your paper. Do not leave the room. Break any rule, and you're disqualified. They had 80 minutes and only one question to answer. The invigilator asked if anyone had questions. No one spoke. He nodded, started the clock, and walked out. The candidates turned over their papers. Blank, completely blank. At first, confusion, then silence, then panic. Time started ticking. One woman couldn't take it anymore. She began writing, explaining why she deserved the job. But within seconds, the guard stormed in and dragged her out. She had broken the rules. Just like that, she was gone. Now, fear took over. But then, something changed. One man, calm, observant, pointed something out. They weren't allowed to talk to the invigilator, but nothing said they couldn't talk to each other, and suddenly the game shifted. Maybe they were supposed to work together. The group quickly agreed. If they couldn't see the question, maybe it was hidden. They began testing theories. Invisible ink, heat, light, nothing. Still blank, but something about him felt off. Still, they kept searching. One woman suggested the question might only appear under special light, so they did something risky. They smashed the room's lights. The room went dark, then suddenly glowed blue. Emergency lighting. Everyone rushed to check their papers. Nothing. Again. Frustration started building. Tension rose. Time kept slipping away. And this is where everything began to crack. They argued, they accused each other. The pressure turned them into strangers. One man even took things further, experimenting with a disqualified candidate's paper in disturbing ways. Still, no question. Then came a disturbing theory. What if this wasn't an exam at all? What if they were being watched for entertainment? What if the company was testing how far they'd go under pressure? And then things got worse. One woman secretly triggered the fire alarm, hoping water would reveal hidden ink. But just at the last second, another candidate tricked her into ruining her own paper. The guard came in. She was dragged out, screaming. Now it wasn't just a test, it was survival. 5 candidates remained, and the tension snapped. One man, White, started playing dirty, manipulating, breaking others mentally. He forced the silent man, Deaf, into destroying his own paper. Another elimination. 4 left, but White didn't stop. He claimed he knew the answer, but refused to share it. That's when someone snapped. Black punched him, knocking him out cold. They tied him up. For a moment, it felt like justice. But then White woke up, and things took a dark turn. He claimed he was infected, said he needed medication or he'd die. At first, no one believed him, but then his body started shaking. A seizure. Panic spread. They searched desperately and finally found the pill hidden under a desk. But just as they tried to save him, another candidate threw it away. Chaos exploded again. One woman broke the biggest rule. She begged the invigilator for help. Instant disqualification. 3 left. The pill was finally recovered, and White survived. And now he revealed his truth. There is no question. The room froze. He explained his theory. They were the answer. The last person standing wins. It made sense, too much sense, and that's when everything collapsed. White rushed for the guard's gun. A struggle broke out. But in the end, White got control. Now he held the power. He forced the others to leave. One by one, they walked out, until only two remained, White and Blonde. She stepped toward the door, but paused. Then she whispered something chilling. The room went dark. Gunshots echoed. When the lights came back, Black was on the floor, not moving. White stood alone, breathing heavily. He thought he won. He walked to the camera and spoke, claiming victory. But then, the guard showed him the timer. 20 seconds left. White froze. He had broken the rule. He spoke to the invigilator. Disqualified. Just like that, it was over for him. And then, something unbelievable happened. Blonde stepped back into the room, calm, quiet. She picked up the glasses that Def had left behind, put them on, and suddenly, she saw it. Question 1. It had been there the entire time, hidden in plain sight. Then the door opened. Def walked in, but he wasn't Def. He wasn't a candidate. He was the CEO. He had been watching them the entire time, testing them, judging them. Blonde looked at him and simply said, "No." The CEO smiled because she got it. The real question had been asked at the very beginning. Do you have any questions? And the correct answer was yes. The man who was shot wasn't dead. The bullet was actually a capsule, a revolutionary medicine, a cure for everything. The company wasn't just testing minds, they were shaping the future. And in the end, Blonde made her choice. She accepted the job because now she understood the truth. Sometimes the real test isn't what you see, it's what you miss. And that's where the story ends. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And if you're in the mood for another mind-blowing story, check out my next video. Girl raised by AI discovers a terrifying truth. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.